Maurene Comey, a career federal prosecutor who worked on the Jeffrey Epstein case and was abruptly fired by the Trump administration this week, implored her colleagues Thursday not to give in to fear, calling it the tool of a tyrant. If a career prosecutor can be fired without reason, fear may seep into the decisions of those who remain, she wrote in an email that was circulated to her colleagues within the federal prosecutor's office in Manhattan. Do not let that happen. Ms. Comey is the daughter of James B. Comey, the former FBI director and an adversary of President Trump. She also prosecuted Ghislaine Maxwell, who conspired with Mr. Epstein, and was the lead prosecutor in the recent trial of Sean Combs, the hip-hop entrepreneur who was acquitted of the most serious charges he faced earlier this month. Ms. Comey was told of her firing Wednesday in a letter from a Justice Department official in Washington who cited Article 2 of the Constitution, which broadly describes the powers of the president, according to two people with knowledge of the matter. She said in her email that the letter did not give a reason for her termination. A spokesman for the federal prosecutor's office in Manhattan, where she has worked for nearly a decade, declined comment. The office, formerly known as the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Southern District of New York, has been the focus of Mr. Trump's intense ire since his first term. It is widely viewed as the nation's premier prosecutor's office. Firings of line prosecutors used to be rare. In the Southern District, several office veterans could recall only two over the course of nearly 4 decades. And both prosecutors were terminated for misconduct by the head of the office, not officials in Washington, after investigations. But since Mr. Trump took close control of the Justice Department in January, such firings have become more common. In March, the White House abruptly fired 2 prosecutors in Los Angeles and Memphis, and more recently, it fired more than 20 career employees, including the ethics advisor to the Attorney General, Pam Bondi. Legal experts and veterans of the office have now begun to question the involvement, or lack thereof, of the interim U.S. Attorney, J. Clayton, in Ms. Comey's firing. 2 people with knowledge of the matter said that Mr. Clayton had been blindsided by the news. Mr. Clayton addressed the Comey firing on Thursday at a swearing-in for new assistant U.S. attorneys, according to 2 others who were familiar with his talk. He said little, but urged prosecutors to stick together. Jessica A. Roth, a former Southern District prosecutor, said the events surrounding Ms. Comey's dismissal had raised questions about Mr. Clayton's leadership in an office once famous for its independence. If, in fact, the directive came straight from the White House and he was not consulted, that undermines his authority at the U.S. Attorney's Office, said Ms. Roth, who now teaches criminal law at the Benjamin N. Cardozo School of Law in New York. Ms. Comey's firing came just weeks before Mr. Clayton's 120-day term expires. After that, the judges of the federal court for the Southern District could appoint him to the same post, or they might decline to do so. It is unclear if or how the Justice Department's firing of Ms. Comey might affect the judge's decision. Before joining the U.S. Attorney's Office, she worked as a law clerk for one of the judges, and as a prosecutor, she has appeared before many of them. During her Southern District tenure, Ms. Comey served variously as co-chief of the unit that prosecutes public corruption and another that handles violent and organized crime. A strong investigator and trial lawyer, she was known for taking on some of the office's most significant and challenging work, originating some cases and being asked to join others because of her talent and skill in the courtroom, former colleagues said. Besides her role in the Combs case and that of Mr. Epstein, which ended in 2019 when he was found dead in his Manhattan jail cell before he could be tried, Ms. Comey also prosecuted Ms. Maxwell, who was convicted in 2021 of sex trafficking conspiracy, resulting in a 20-year sentence. In 2023, she helped obtain the conviction of Robert A. Haddon, a former Manhattan gynecologist who had induced patients to cross state lines for what they believed would be routine examinations during which he sexually assaulted them, and of Nicholas Tartaglione, a retired police officer from Briarcliff Manor in Westchester County, who received 4 life sentences in a 2016 quadruple murder.